Okay, and for those of you who are taking the Math for Business and Finance and Math applications, the Chapter 11 word problems, the odd numbered problems, so we are now on problem 11-17. Okay, it says here, Hafer's, an electrical supply company, sold $4,800 of equipment to Jim Coates Wiring, Inc. Coates signed a promissory note May 12th with 4.5% interest. So he's selling that amount of equipment, but he's creating a promissory note in that amount. Okay, so that's the principal or the face value, the 4,800. Now it was he signed it on May 12th at 4.5%, so that's the rate. The due date was August 10th, right? So from May 12th to August 10th is the time frame. Short of funds, Hafer contacted Charter One Bank on July 20th. The bank agreed to take over the note at 6.2% discount. What proceeds will Hafer's receive? So interest is equal to face value times rate times time. Maturity value is equal to face value times time. Right? And so we need to first figure out what the maturity value is of that note. So we're at $4,800 at 4.5% interest, 0.045 times, okay, how many days is this? Right, so May, June, July, August. So let's jump up to our calendar. Oops. So here we are, and we're looking at May 12th. Here's May. There's the 12th, so that's 132. And that's due August 10th. So that's 222. So 222 less 132 is 90. Okay, so that's 90 days. Go back down. So 90 days over 360. And that gives us 4,800 times 0.045 times 90 divided by 360 gives me $54 in interest. And we add that to the $4,800 of principal, so we have 48.54 as the maturity value. 48.54. Okay, that's the maturity value. Okay, now we need to figure out, let's see here. So he contacted Charter Bank on July 20th. So we need to figure out how many days had passed out of that. Let's draw a timeline and understand this. Okay, so here we are. He's borrowing on May 12th. And the due date is August 10th. And we know from there to there that that's 90 days. Okay. So on July 20th, so let's make this July 20th, right? The bank agreed to take over the note. So what we need to know is how many days between here and here, the number of days passed, and this is the discount period. Okay, so we need to come back up and look at, we were at May 12th was when the note originally started. So here was May, here's the 12th, so that's 132. But it was July 20th, which gives us 201, minus the 132 is the number of days that had passed before the bank took over that note, which is 69 days. So here is 69 days that have passed out of this 90-day note, which means that the discount period over here is 21 days. Okay, so it's 21 days for the discount period. And now that we understand that, I'm going to just try to squeeze this underneath. Right, so we end up taking our 48.54 times, and it's at 6.2%, so it's 0.062 times that discount period of 21 days over 360. And when we do the math, times 0.062 times 21 divided by 360 gives us 1756 in interest. In interest that's being discounted. And we want to know what the proceeds are, so we're taking the 48.54 and we're subtracting the 1756. And that gives us $4,836.44 in proceeds. Okay, so this here, the 1756, is the discount amount. Okay, right. So as you can see, these last three problems, 13, 15, and 17, they're exactly alike. Sure, 13 was talking about yen, but like I had said, as long as you're sticking with the same currency, it's just numbers. So you don't have to worry about currency conversions. You just use the numbers that you're using. Now, granted, the yen, when you look at a currency conversion, or generally they take out to 4 different places, and in that problem we just round it to the nearest yen. But still, a number is a number, okay? And as long as you're staying within the currency, you don't have any issues. But when we did problem number 15 and 17, what did we do? I mean, we know these formulas, and like I previously said in the drill problems, you should be familiar with these formulas from chapter 10. And so what we're doing is step 1, we're figuring out the maturity value. Then step 2, we're figuring out the number of days that's being discounted, and you can diagram it out like this, okay, in order to be able to understand how many days it's being discounted. Then number 3, we're figuring out the discount amount, and then 4, we end up figuring out our proceeds, okay, and it's no more complicated than that. So with that said, that's the end of this video, and we'll move on to the summary practice test problems.